And for this video, we don't have any NHL today, but we got a couple extra little things to go along with today's show. We're going to go over the 2 NBA games for tonight. Nick has some UFC fights that he's looking at for tomorrow, and then I'll even dig into a couple Counter-Strike games for tomorrow morning as well. So a little bit of full show, and then if you guys are interested in any baseball games, you'll be able to go ahead and leave them in the chat, and we'll get to all the questions and everything as we go along. How are you doing today, Nick?
Not too bad. For once, I'm actually starting my day off with a win. Thank you, Cubbies, for dropping down 5-1 and then scoring 7 unanswered runs to win today. So making me sweat a little bit there. Cashed my minus 135 bet. But hoping tonight goes pretty well too. I got plenty of baseball I have action on, and I got some fights I'm looking at for tomorrow night as well. So it should be a fun day of betting. Unfortunately, we do not have hockey. With that being said, we do have a couple playoff series starting in a couple of days, which should be fun. Yeah, let's get it started with the NBA. Actually, first, we're going to start off with a question here from Joker NYC. What do I think of the Montreal series line? I think it's absolutely absurd. The only way you can ever look in that series is taking Montreal plus the 320, 350, whatever it is right now. There's no reason Vegas should be minus 400. So, I mean, Vegas will probably win the series, but the value side is 100% the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, WNBA? I think Nick might have some.
Yeah, we do have one play up on the site, but I'll just give it out here. It's the Seattle Storm again. They're going up against the Atlanta Dream. We're just going to take this opportunity to ride on my number one on my power rankings, the best team in the WNBA. So Seattle Storm minus the 9, minus the 10, whatever you get it at. That's where I like it. But let's kick it off here with some NBA basketball here. We got the Philadelphia 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks. It's a 1-point favorite this year, or the Philadelphia 76ers. I still got my mind on the Seattle Storm now. Where are we looking at for this one? Series tied 1-1 heading to Atlanta.
All right, so for this first part, I was looking for Atlanta. I had Atlanta first game. I had Atlanta second game. First game, I felt like Atlanta was going to come in. They were going to be strong. They were going to win. That happened. I felt like they were going to be able to keep it close against 76ers again. Game 2 didn't come to fruition. I think at this point in the series, we're going to see Philadelphia just start to pull away. I think they win tonight. I think they win by like 10-plus points tonight. Even though, yes, they are in Atlanta, and Atlanta is a really, really good home team, I still see the 76ers being able to pull off a win here. I'm expecting big games from Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Tobias Harris. I even have a player prop on Simmons to go over 13.5 points. So I like the Philadelphia Sixers in today's game against the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young got slowed down last game. I think that's going to be the key to it. I think they're going to slow him down again tonight. So I'm going to be taking the 76ers for this one.
All righty. So got the 76ers in game number 1. Game number 2, we're looking at Phoenix and the Denver Nuggets. Phoenix dominating games 1 and 2, taking a 2-0 series lead into Denver. Do we see a little bit of fight back here from the home team down 2-0? I've noticed that, at least in hockey, it's a little bit of a trend where if a team loses their first 2 games at home, they generally they lose their first 2 games on the road. They generally go home and take game 3 down 2-0. What are you looking at for this one?
Yeah, I'm looking for Denver to turn this around. I think that they can pull it off tonight. They are 2-point favorites now at this point. I like them to win the game. I think they come out strong. Coach Malone's got to go into them and just ream into them. But Will Barton should be able to play pretty much full minutes at this point. He came back yesterday, was on a little last game. He was on a little bit of a minutes restriction. He should be good to go full time tonight. Michael Porter Jr. is still questionable for today's game. Probable for today's game against the Suns. I think he plays. How good he's going to play, I don't know. That's the big question. You'll be able to tell Michael Porter's health by is he being able to drive the ball, or is he going to just try to shoot long twos and miss a bunch tonight? So this will be a big key. Will be how well Michael Porter's looking for this game. And I think Nikola Jokic has to help try to neutralize DeAndre Ayton. Put him into foul trouble. We saw they started to put him into foul trouble earlier on in the game. They were starting to have some success, and then they stopped driving the ball, stopped trying to go to the paint, and then all of a sudden they just went down and down and down and down, and then exploded. So Denver, if they're gonna, I like them to win the game. In order to do so, they are going to 100% need to push the ball into the paint, cause some foul trouble, get to the foul line. That is going to be the key. If they can't do that, Suns are gonna go and blow them out, and this will probably be a 4-game series. So big key tonight will be driving the paint. I like them.
All right. Let me type in Denver.
Nikola Jokic triple-double plus 40. I don't mind it. He's going to come into this game. He's going to know, all right, I have to lead this team. I have to control the ball. Yes, I can see him getting a triple-double tonight. He's going to be the biggest component for the Nuggets. And in order for them to have any success, he's got to have a big game. So, yes, I like Nikola Jokic triple-double. My player prop today is Nikola Jokic over 28.5 points. So I like that. But he's got to have a big game if he can't get to the foul line, if he can't draw fouls and try to just get the Suns uneasy, they're just going to settle for jump shots, they're not going to win this game. So some totals. Looking at it, I think I want to lean more towards the under in both games. If 76ers, I have 76ers winning, so I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit more of a defensive type game for them, where they're going to just focus on stopping the threes from the Atlanta Hawks. I almost said Atlanta Braves. So I'm going to lean more towards the under in that one, and I'm going to lean more towards the under in the Denver game as well. I think the altitude will get to them a little bit, nothing crazy, but I think that the pace of this game will be a lot slower as long as Nikola Jokic has his way. So I'm going to go for the unders in both games tonight.
All right. Then we'll move from the NBA, and we're going to have something a little bit different tonight. You sent me 2 games you wanted to go over with Counter-Strike esports tomorrow. We're starting it off here. Team Vitality is a -115 versus OG Esports for Counter-Strike. I don't know what tournament this is, but what are you looking at for this one?
First of all, this is the IEM Summer 2021. We're looking at the semifinals. This winner of these 2 games that we're going to go over will play each other in the finals. So, we get to start off with OG and Vitality. Vitality has looked pretty well through this tournament. They had to play through the losers bracket because they lost 2-0 to G2, which is not a big deal. G2 is a really good team. On the other side, we get OG, who didn't lose a single game so far in this bracket. They went and beat NIP. They beat Virtus Pro. They beat Evil Geniuses. So they've looked pretty solid throughout this tournament. Vitality is actually just coming off of a game against Virtus Pro. I do like Vitality to win this one. I think that they're overall more experienced, and they're going to be able to pull off a win against OG in this one.
All right. Joker NYC, Tim and I, we personally do not follow soccer, so we would be no help for that. Dehen says definitely under in the Suns game, over in Philly.
You guys can tell me either way. I personally don't have any money on either one of those totals, so those are just my leans.
All right, now we're going to head into this final game. We have Gambit taking on G2 Esports. Gambit's are on a -149, -150. Where are you looking at for this one?
I'm going to be taking the dog in G2. Gambit's coming from the losers bracket in this one, but they did have a pretty good tournament. They beat Sprout in the first round. They did lose to Vitality, which is in the semifinals. We saw them earlier. I think that's an okay loss. Then they went through the losers bracket, beating Astralis and Complexity. and then today they went and beat Evil Geniuses. So I think they're a good team. They're definitely a good team. They're the number one team in the world at the moment. But G2 has been playing really, really well lately. Nico and Hunter have just been slamming lately. Throughout the tournament, they beat Extra Salt, Fun Plus Phoenix, Vitality, only dropping one map all tournament long, and that was to Fun Plus Phoenix. Not a big deal. I think G2 is going to make the finals tomorrow.
All right. BC76, she took off. She didn't have her show this morning. It'll be resuming again tomorrow morning.
Yeah, if you didn't know, the Knights moved on in the playoffs yesterday, so she lost her voice.
All right. So now, seeing that there is no hockey tonight, unfortunately, there's no hockey until Sunday. We are turning away from punching on ice to punching on the UFC stage, where I'm going to be looking at the two title fights for tomorrow night. Starting it off here, we got Davison Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno for this matchup. And for these two fights, I'm looking at the totals for these fights. I'm not giving you guys who's going to win the fights because I haven't handicapped that quite yet. But I did look at how long these fights are going to go. Davison Figueiredo is a minus 205 for this fight. Brandon Moreno, these two have fought already. This is a rematch. The first time was an absolute banger. These two finished in a draw, so they're going right back at it today. And I am going under 4.5 rounds between these two fighters. In the UFC, Davison Figueiredo has had 4 knockouts, 3 submissions, and 3 decisions. He's avoided the judges' scorecards 7 of the 10 fights he's been in. And on the opposite side, Brandon Moreno, 3 knockouts, 2 submissions, 6 decisions. But overall, these two in their pro fighting careers have only gone over, have gone to decision 16 out of 47 times, with 31 finishes between the two. Overall, Davison Figueiredo has knocked out 5. He submitted 17. He's gone over 5 times. Under 17 times. My bad. And Figueiredo has gone to decision, or Moreno has gone to decision 11 times and 14 finishes in his career. I'm going under the total here. I think we can see multiple different ways of either of these two finishes up. I mean, Figueiredo's got a really good guillotine. Both of them have absolute bombs in their hands. So this could either end by a knockout, or I can see a Davison Figueiredo submission as well. I'll lean towards Moreno getting the job done, but my play here is the under 4.5 rounds. That's around a minus 130. I had that priced around a minus 195. So I see definite value of betting the under 4.5 with Figueiredo and Moreno. Heading into the main event of the evening, we get the Italian Dream of Marvin Vettori taking on Israel Adesanya, the last style bender. And these two have fought before. It was a split decision that went Izzy's way. And once again, I'm going under the total here, 4.5 rounds. I expect to finish in this fight. Vettori has finished 11 out of his 20 fights. Adesanya has finished 14 out of his 21 career pro fights. And I expect a finish tomorrow night. I expect a knockout. I would lean towards Israel Adesanya by knockout, but either way, I see a finish in tomorrow's thing. I don't see any of these championship fights going to the judges' scorecards. I think we're going to get knockouts on either side. I'm going under 4.5 rounds for Israel Adesanya and Marvin Vettori. And I'm going to go with, and still, UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. And for the first fight, I'll go and new with Brandon Moreno knocking off Davison Figueiredo.
Those are Vettori.
That's fair. I don't hate the dogs. I'm just leaning those ways. I haven't bet the sides. I only bet the totals. So I have under 4.5 in both Figueiredo and Moreno, and Vettori and Adesanya. All right. If you guys have any other questions about any other games, baseball games for tonight, let us know in the chat. But before we head on out for this, be sure to hit the subscribe button and like the stream if you guys enjoy the content. We have 30 viewers and only 11 likes. I don't understand that. I don't know if it's just because Allie's not in here, so we don't get the likes like Allie does. Who knows? Also, if you're planning on making your way over towards the Picks and Parlays website, use the promo code TRADE for 20% off of any purchase on the website as well. And if you guys want to check out Tim and I's content, we stream every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Earl Sports Bets on YouTube. We break down every single game, MLB, NHL, and NBA. And we'll be going over a couple fights tomorrow as well on the 11 a.m. show. So be sure to check that out as well. But that's going to just about wrap it up. This has been Game Time Decision. Anything else you want to say before we head on out for this one?
I'm ready to make some money tonight. Real quick, I do have a couple of baseball plays that I went over in our show today. I'm back on the San Francisco Giants plus money. I'm on the New York Mets run line. I'm on the Boston Red Sox, and I'm on the Los Angeles Angels. You like the Hawks tonight? I don't want to talk you off of it, but I'm on the Sixers.
Yeah, and for me, I'm looking at the Milwaukee run line. I got that at minus 125 last night. It's, I think, out of price tag now for me. I have Toronto and Boston first 5 under 5.5. I have the Minnesota Twins and the Houston Astros over 11 runs. I have Kansas City and Oakland under 4.5 first 5, as well as Oakland minus a half first 5. I have the Mets and the Padres under 2.5 for the first 5 innings. I got that at plus 107, actually plus 110, my bad. And I had the Cubbies this morning, which got the job done for me there. But
the Angels, Red Sox, and Houston. I'm good with those first two. I'm good with those first two. I did not personally bet the Houston Astros.
All right. But that's going to just about wrap up the show. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. This has been Game Time Decision. My name is Nicholas Earl. I was joined here with my brother, Tim. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, good luck. And we will catch you guys same time, same place. Oh, I know, Monday at 6 o'clock for the next edition of
tomorrow, 11 a.m. for our show.
11 a.m. our show. But thank you guys as always for watching, and good luck tonight.